How's everyone? It's Chris here from techtablets.com. I have the Surface 3 here that I've been using now for about 4 days, and so far so good. It's a really quality unit, as you expect from Microsoft, and the Atom chip has actually been surprising me. Although when I did benchmark it, it was very similar to the Bay Trail Z3775, and performance, CPU wise, seemed very similar there. I've noticed that it doesn't have that typical kind of slowdown that you often get in Chrome when you're using a Atom chip. Definitely seems that the Cherry Trail is a lot faster. It's handling it better. And it's probably the fact that I do have 4 GB of RAM here on this model that is definitely going to be helping out. I'm not swapping to virtual memory to the disk as probably as much as I would be if I was using the 2 GB version. Even just switching between tabs here in Chrome, that it all seems to be running relatively fast. You can see there's a little bit of slowdown there. It's quite a heavy page, this page here on CNN. It's handling it well. I mean, if I did this now on one of the Bay Trails, it'll be a lot slower. And the Atom CPU really is definitely a step up from the last generation. I'm not really too sure whether it's the graphics that's helping that. Probably the 4 GB of RAM, as I mentioned. But just going in, looking at some videos here. See if that video is going to come up. You can see there's a little bit of slowdown right there when it's just loading in the page. I can still go between tabs, not tablets, and everything else. There's a BBC here. So far so good. Now if I was to push that limit here and just try and increase the amount of tabs open, just open something, other pages here. So the video's going here. Still no slowdown yet. Run just the weather application here. See if I can just Internet Explorer as well even. Now the keyboard's not bad at all. It's a little bit small to type on, I find. I do have the Spanish version here because I couldn't get an English, US English one that I wanted. It's all I could get here from Spain. Price-wise, the keyboard is 149 euros, which translates to about 170 US. So it's not cheap at all, it's expensive. This tablet here cost me 719 euros. Which is about 800 US. That's a lot more expensive than the 599 US that you pay if you are in the States. And here in Europe, you do pay a lot more for this kind of technology. When I think about it, this is almost $1,000 US just right here, and I don't have the pen, and it's an Atom tablet. That is a lot of money. A lot of money for a tablet, I feel. But you are pretty much getting the best tablet out there. At best Atom tablet there is. I mean, the size of it, the portability, the keyboard, and it's good to type on, but I do still prefer the keyboard, even the one that was on the Cube i7. I'll just show you here. That's the Cube i7 keyboard. Yeah, the keys are spaced out individually, which I really like. I do like that. Better than these keys that are together. Often you can have more typos, I find. I mean, I'm not the best typist in the world or anything like that. And the trackpads are similar size. The trackpad on the Cube keyboard here is useless. But this keyboard's a $65 keyboard. It's a lot cheaper as well. But very nice to type on. And the trackpad on the Surface 3 I find it actually does the job. It's small and you do have physical left and right mouse buttons, unlike the Cube trackpad. Doesn't have that at all. So to just continue here, we're just doing a bit of multitasking and showing you that, yeah, you can do quite a lot on this actually. It's surprising how well it handles it. So you can't really edit videos. If you're going to do that, I have tried to do that, and the live previews of a 1080p video, it really starts to bog down again. And that, I think, is due to this right here, which I'll show you, which is the solid state speed that you get from the drive. So the drive itself is quite limited. This is the bottleneck of the system, is right here. So you can see here that really the write speeds of 38, the sequential write, that's quite low. That is bad. I mean, I wish it could handle a full solid state drive, but apparently the Bay Trail and now the new Cherry Trail Atoms, they don't support SATA 3. You can't run a full solid state drive, which is a real shame. That is just definitely limiting the speeds there. And you look at the 4K reads and writes there, again, very low. But it's still okay. It still boots up fast. I'm still able to switch between all these apps here. And I do have some other videos up of some of the gaming it can handle. And obviously Internet Explorer is a lot faster than Chrome. Chrome tends to be a bit of a hog, sorry, on the CPU, not a bog, but a hog. And does tend to slow things down a little. And when you're using Internet Explorer, I just find that it just handles that just quite a bit better. Tends to be much faster. I'm just going to see how much I can just multitask here. Do a bit of that, swapping in between. Okay, so it's handling all that fine. If I try and go even more crazy here with some tabs, I'm one of those people that like to have a lot of tabs open, so I'll just try and run quite a few here and see if I can really get it to slow the system right down. So I do have that 4 gigabytes of RAM there, which is definitely helping here, allowing me to do this. It's still, I can load up, read some things here, copy whole areas. There's video right in there, embedded video. Copy that, just for the hell of it. See if I can run this video. Did have that video there in Yahoo. And these speakers are really good. Some of the best speakers you get on a tablet. I'll just turn the volume right up here so you can hear them.
Price car is pretty well known for her work on The X-Files, but more recently also in the BBC drama The Fall. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, she's battling a serious case of jet lag and a very damp track. Gillian Anderson.
That sounds really good. They do have actually a bit of bass there and some mid-range, which you don't get on the likes of the other tablets that I've been using. So there's some of the best speakers on a tablet, definitely. And when you get down to the actual build quality of the tablet, I'll just disconnect this. It is impressive, well put together. This is the docking port here for the keyboard. You have a micro SD card slot hidden away here. And something new they've done with that, it now sort of clicks in and then springs out. And I'm pretty sure that the Surface Pro 3 that I had didn't do that. You just had to manually sort of slide it in and out and it would sit in there. We have those 3 docking positions there. So you have the first one, second, so that's the first, second, and then the third. And it works well. You don't have the full free range like you do on the Pro, but it's not a problem. You have DisplayPort here. Now I've been able to output 2560 by 1440 as a resolution of my Zeus monitor that I have, and it handles that without any issues at all. Now the Bay Trails were maxed out to only 1080p. So that is good now that you can actually support, I think it's up to 4K that you can run now through that DisplayPort. So 4K about through 30 frames per second I think is the maximum refresh rate, so 30 Hertz. And overall, very well put together tablet. It's not that heavy, the weight is reasonably good. The screen looks great. Now this screen is very nice, very bright too. I'll just show you if I turn that right up there. Hopefully that's coming out on the camera. It's a great screen, perfect viewing angles, very responsive. All in all, really good. And you do have that full USB 3 port, and the micro USB port here can be used for data as well. Now the port is both a pro and con, that port for me, because you can, okay, I can do this. I can go along here, use my adapter, and I can run maybe I want to run 2 USB drives at the same time. I can do that, and I'll just show you. I'll just demonstrate. Put the plug in here, and then I can now access this drive, which is great. And charging it, if you've left the charger at home, you could charge it up with a mobile phone charger. That's not going to be an issue. but it will charge very slowly, and it does charge really slow when you're using it. So it's limited. There's definitely a power limit there with the charger when you are charging it. And speaking of the charger, it's quite small here. So this is the charger. We do have that figure 8 style plug that if you didn't have the correct adapter for the right country you were in at the time, but you did have one of those figure 8 cables that are very common, you'd be able to plug it in and use it. And it's really high quality charger here, so you can just clip it in like this. And there's your plug there. Now this is 23 watts, I think it is, and 2.5 amps, 5 volts. So you can use your mobile phone charger. I can actually charge up the Surface when it's powered off, at least, using my Note 4 charger. So if I did only want to take one charger along with me if I'm going traveling, then that's good. This is perfect. This is what the Surface is really for. It's one of those machines that you can easily just pick up like this, fold it up, and fit that in a bag. No worries. And it's nice. It's a really good travel machine like that. Perfect, really. So that's the kind of the premium you are paying for with this tablet, is the portability and the design of it with the kickstand. One other thing to notice that the Surface 3 has is excellent web cameras. These are just some of the best cameras now. I had a real gripe with the Surface Pro 3 camera. The rear camera was not auto-focusing. That was a 5 megapixel rear camera, and it just didn't autofocus at all, and I just did not like that at all. It was just a hopeless camera, but these cameras are actually really good. This is just the webcam here. That's the front-facing one, and it's not bad at all. Now if I try and swipe to easy, I can't with the keyboard like that. Is one annoying thing with the keyboard. When you clip it up like that, it's very hard to touch the bottom of the screen. So if I change the camera over now, just to the rear camera, the quality of it is really good, and it does focus quite well. So if I just put the mouse here, you can see that, and it will lock on there and just take a photo. So one of the best web cameras on a tablet. So overall, I'm really liking the Surface 3. I think I like the size, the design is brilliant, the keyboard's good. It's not a wonderful typing experience because it is more cramped, so getting your two hands on there and typing is a little bit more cramped than, say, an 11.6 inch or a 13 inch keyboard would be, but it's not too bad at all. But it doesn't actually feel really like an Atom, at least this 4GB version doesn't. It just seems a little bit faster. It seems something like the Core M that I've got on the Cube i7, a little slower than that, but definitely just so much faster than the Bay Trail Z3775 that I have on the Pipo W3 or the Asus T100 that I used to have. It feels so much faster. Even the Asus T200 TA that had the 4GB of RAM, this feels a step up from that. And the 3D scores are quite a bit higher with that 16 executional core GPU versus the 4 executional core that was on the Bay Trail. You can see, have a look at my scores here. Oh, they're not going to show up, are they? But they are about double that of what I was getting. Here it is. So 25,000 there. That score is much, much better than around the 10 to 14,000 I was getting on the Bay Trails. And overall, just an excellent tablet. The thing that really holds me up on this tablet, whether I'll keep it or not, is again the price. The price of it, it's very pricey here in Europe. I want to just think about almost $800 for the tablet, and then about $200 that I had to pay for the keyboard here. That's making it almost a $1,000 US Atom tablet, which just sounds crazy. Okay, you're paying for that premium design, I know, and the kickstand, and you've got Microsoft support. You have all the updates that are coming through from Microsoft. By the way, there are loads of firmware updates. Well, not firmware updates, Windows update. It's been going crazy. I've downloaded, I don't know, about 2 or 3 gigabytes already since I've got the tablet. Don't know why that is, but there's a lot of updates. So I think if you are seriously considering buying the Tech Last, sorry, the Surface 3, not Tech Last, the Surface 3 here, then you really need to think about what you need the tablet for. Like if you just want to do basic internet, like you do documents, do some editing of Word documents as well. It does come with Office, internet, lots of things like that. So you can do those minor kind of basic computer things is fine. But if you want to do any video editing or gaming or anything like that, then I wouldn't even touch this tablet for that. For me, this is just like a second computer. I do have a powerful desktop that I can use to edit videos, and I also have a good graphics card on that for gaming, and then I've got myself consoles as well that I use for gaming. So this is just a basic travel laptop tablet that I can use, and that's kind of what this is really aimed at. And students, this will be a good student machine because it does have a good camera on it now for recording and taking photos of text, and when you have lectures and things you can record that as well. So that'll be good. So definitely kind of a light office tablet slash laptop notebook, and a student machine is really what this is. So ideally it's a good machine. I love the quality of it. It's one of the best tablets that I have used so far. For an Atom, definitely it's got to be one of the best Atoms, but yeah, you do pay for that premium. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you did like it. Do subscribe if you want to see more up and coming videos on the Surface 3 here and other tablets that I'll be reviewing from China. I'm waiting for a couple of Core M ones to come through soon. So if you are interested in looking at maybe a convertible tablet that has a little bit more power and that's got a Core M in it, then do subscribe to my channel, because I will have the Pipo W8 and the Onda V116 Core M. That's coming hopefully within a few days, and I have some videos up of that. Thank you for watching this video. Bye for now, and hopefully catch you in my next one.